South Florida's Cuban community taking over Calle Ocho for another day of celebrations after the death of Fidel Castro.
A much different mood in Cuba, flags flying at half-staff. More than a week of mourning has been imposed, and many people have been seen crying publicly. Local 10 News has crews spanning from South Florida to Cuba.
Cuba now has to lay to rest a man who meant so many things, both good and bad, to so many people. Our team coverage begins in Cuba. Our colleague Calvin Hughes starts us off live in Havana. Calvin.
Lori, good evening. And you know, gray clouds have been a mainstay for much of the day today all across the island nation and right here in Havana, setting the emotional tone for a country that is in mourning for the next several days following the death of Fidel Castro, who died at the age of 90. Even as we speak right now at Revolution Plaza, workers are setting the stage to remember a leader most people on the island here have ever known.
Setting the stage to remember the father of the Cuban Revolution. In the late Sunday night hours, a sound check and a somber song. Like the Cuban people, tourists still trying to understand the death of Fidel Castro and what's next.
Cuban people, it's very expressive. And like from these last hours, it's like people's not expressing that much, you know. Normal, you know, it's a big ghost.
For me, it's really strange because I was thinking there would be like a lot of things going on in the streets, you know, like getting ready, and it's absolute calm. It's so quiet.
From 9 Monday morning and stretching into the night until 10 o'clock, Cubans can pay homage to Castro in front of the Jose Marti Memorial. And Tuesday night at 7 o'clock, a mass gathering will take place to honor the Marxist revolutionary. You can hear the men say "toda la noche," which means this is going to be an all-night job. On Saturday, another mass gathering to honor Castro at the main plaza in Santiago de Cuba. And finally Sunday, Fidel Castro will be buried at the cemetery of one of his heroes, Jose Marti, Cuba's most recognized humanitarian and freedom fighter. Castro's death closing a long chapter in the communist country's complicated history.
Closing a chapter, but opening a new one. As we know, last year, the renewing of relations between the U.S. and Cuba. I'm joined now by my colleague, Glenn Melberg. And Glenn, we've had a chance to be in Old Havana tonight. We've been on the island nation here for several hours now. We know that American tourism has gone up some 50% here as a result of those renewed relations. But there's something different about Havana tonight, and Old Havana, something missing. I know the hustle and bustle and the music is missing, certainly.
We noticed it, and I think all of those tourists that we met tonight, they've noticed it too. And when you walk around the streets, at least today, this morning, this national mourning, it's more of a quiet respect than an outright sadness. But then you have these tourist areas, and those are still in full swing. That's a very important business. The tourists themselves, some of them are so disconnected from the outside news that they didn't even realize until today what had happened, and they find themselves here in the middle of an historic event. Those you see overtly enjoying themselves are tourists visiting Cuba in the time of mourning.
We had no internet. There's no internet anywhere, and so we had no idea. And then we like walked past sort of like a Wi-Fi zone, and suddenly we started getting things.
It doesn't really feel like, I sort of get the sense like a lot of the locals just seem to be kind of carrying on their day-to-day.
The programming on state-run radio and television is a wall-to-wall tribute to Fidel Castro. Historic footage, interviews, his rise to power, and half-century hold on it. Concerts and events were canceled for 9 days of official mourning. They say usually this plaza is filled with people, and what you don't hear is the story. No music, like usual, they say. Another rule, no alcohol to be served for 9 days.
No, estamos cerrados.
The microbrewery had to close, but we did see some restaurants serving alcohol to tourists, a sign that revolutionary sentiment makes way for the financial benefits of a burgeoning tourist industry Fidel Castro's brother Raul has fostered in his time as leader. Coming up. And of course, Raul Castro has been the leader of Cuba for a decade now. But the way that Fidel Castro has taken sort of not a backseat, but an overview role, almost made him more of a mythical figure before his death. And of course, with his death, Calvin, I think this country is realizing the generation that founded the revolution has a mortality, has a shelf life.
Well, few will argue that Fidel Castro was not a master of myth and image, and I think that's something that is not a strong suit of Raul Castro. He doesn't have this looming presence, and you don't see any billboards around town of Raul Castro like you would Fidel Castro.
Of himself. But what he does have is a strict hold on the government, on the military, on the apparatus right now of Cuba.
You know, we talked about things that have changed as a result of this country being in mourning. One thing that happened today was the ladies in white, they did not march, and we know for years they have done that in opposition to the Cuban government for several reasons.
I think that might go back to this kind of quiet respect that we've been seeing. This is not a place right now of big, loud rallies, although some of the students have been walking around and speaking things like, "I am Fidel." Some of the students of Fidel Castro's alma mater, the University of Havana, want to carry on his legacy. But really, this country is just very, very quiet.
Yeah, some have said people are in hiding. I don't think that is going to be the case as of tomorrow. So we talked about the ladies in white. They have asked for free elections. They have asked to be able to speak openly without getting arrested. And they have also asked that they could march and not be arrested as well. And our Hatzovella has more on that about how they stopped today out of respect for the death of Fidel Castro.
You come to Havana enough and you get used to some of the things that come with the city, the noise, the sounds, the people, the smells. And walking around here this time, once again, we saw some of the same things. So nothing out of that's abnormal. But then you start to walk around and then you start to talk to people, and there are a couple things that you find are missing. Flags have staff near the Capitol, not the only image you'll find in the streets of Havana. Every corner you turn, a reminder of Fidel Castro, the man Silvio Dominguez Rodriguez grew up admiring. He's our leader, he says, and I was born with the revolution in 1963. To the exile community, he says, we all have our own ideas. Havana is unmistakably loud. Buses, cars, horse carriages. Stop at a plaza and you cannot miss the children playing. One of them is maybe Gutierrez Rodriguez's cousin. The 24-year-old was awake all night, she says, watching state-run television after her mother got the news over the phone. Fidel Castro has given us so many opportunities, she says. You're moved by the death of any person, says this man, especially one who has played such a significant role in this country. As we look to talk to more Cubans, we realize something was missing amidst the city sounds. During this mourning period, you will not find music in the streets. We're told nightclubs shut their doors, a sign of respect for the former leader whose remains will be buried December 4th at the historically significant cemetery Santa Ifigenia in Santiago de Cuba, the second largest city in Cuba on the eastern side. Tonight we're also learning that ladies in white typically have a march on Sunday mornings where they take to the streets as a show of protest against the government. We are learning that Berta Soler is not going to hold that march out of respect for the Cuban leader. Reporting in Havana, Hatzovella, Local 10 News.
And our thanks to Hatzovella. And a Cuban diplomat tells me tonight that 75 heads of state are headed here to Cuba to remember Fidel Castro. And for Cubans here on the island, they begin to remember their fallen leader. After some 50 years in power, they begin to remember him tomorrow morning starting at 9 o'clock at Revolution Plaza. We'll have a lot more coming up then. But for my colleagues, Hatzovella, Glenna Milberg, I'm Calvin Hughes reporting live from Havana, Cuba. Victor and Lori, I'll send it back to you.